Christopher Nolan, it is such an honour to meet you today. I absolutely loved the movie. I was completely blown away and I cried as well, which I wasn't expecting.
Great.
Obviously this movie has been 7 years in the making now, and when you finish all the press you'll be all wrapped up. How does it feel to finally close the book? Is it bittersweet or...?
I think it will be bittersweet. I mean, for me, the film hasn't gone out to its audience yet, although a lot of critics and so forth have seen it. It's really this weekend that it goes to the public, and when you work on a character like Batman, so beloved for generations and stuff, it is all about the mass audience, about getting out to the public and seeing what they think. I think at that point, once the film's out there, I think it will be bittersweet for me because I've really enjoyed working with these characters, and it's a bit sad to say goodbye. Mm-hmm. But there's also something very fulfilling about finishing a story, and this is a story that's been a long time in the making.
And you're certain that this is where it ends for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think any story really needs a beginning, a middle, and an end, and so this is our end, and I'm excited for people to see it.
Mm-hmm. When you began, I mean, Batman wasn't in a very good place at the time, and you really had a clean slate. Did you ever envision that you would have the success that you've had with the franchise?
I'm quite superstitious, so I didn't really want to make any plans or assumptions based on what people were going to think of Batman Begins. We certainly saw great potential because Bruce Wayne's story is pretty fascinating, I think, and can lead all kinds of places. And so that was always in the back of our minds that, if we would get to tell his story, that it would have 3 parts. But really, with each film, we've tried to just pile everything that we had to tell about the character into that film.
Mm-hmm. I have to ask you about Bane, of course. He is the first villain that has both the psychological and the physical element, and Batman has really met his match here. What was it about Tom Hardy in particular that you thought would bring the role of Bane to life?
I worked with Tom on Inception, and he's just one of the great actors of his generation. And when you work with somebody that talented, you think, well, if I could interest him in taking on this huge challenge, of performing from behind a mask and trying to express massive evil intent, just with his eyes and his voice. And also, I mean, if you've met Tom, he's not 7 feet tall and enormous and everything. He had to build himself up and create the movement, the physicality of a massive, physically imposing character. But with a guy like Tom Hardy that you're going to get that kind of total performance where he's not selling anything out to a nod and a wink. It's all very rigorously figured out.
Yeah, you obviously had the vision in your head for so long, so it must have been very exciting for you when you finally see Batman go up against Bane on set.
Yeah, it was very exciting, and they'd put a lot of work in with the stunt guys to really figuring out their fights and really developing a story to them, and they knew the moves very well, and so it was actually very quick and efficient in the way we were able to film it, and very, very effective. I found it quite tense watching it on set, and then when you're able to put that together in the edit suite, that you try and maintain that tension.
With this franchise and with Inception, which is still being discussed at length, you've really become known as a director who tackles something that's enormous on scale but also very challenging and cerebral for the audience. Is that the ultimate goal for you as a director now, to be able to get that balance, and will we see more of that going forward?
Well, I think if you can tell stories on a large scale that allow you to express a more personal point of view, in a sense, just in terms of on narrative, that's in a way the most fun thing you can do as a director, because you have all the toys and all the fireworks and everything, which I very much enjoy doing, but you're also able to do something a little different. That's a fun place to be and to work in. But for me, it's really all about story and a set of characters I connect with, rather than any specific expectation of what scale or genre I want to work in.
There's a storm coming.
You sound like you're looking forward to it.
I'm adaptable.
What are you?
I'm Gotham's reckoning.
Did they kill him?
I'm not sure.
Why didn't you just kill me?
Your punishment must be more severe.
Do you think he's coming back?
I don't know. Why would you run, Bane?
You should be as afraid of him as I am.
I won't bury you. I've buried enough members of the Wayne family.
You don't owe these people anymore. You've given them everything.
Not everything. Not yet.
My mother warned me about getting into cars with strange men.
This isn't a car.